If a zombie apocalypse started today, you wouldn't die screaming, you would die confused. Confused about what's real, confused about what to believe, confused about why everyone else seems to be running while you're still thinking. That hesitation, those few seconds, is where most people die. Not because zombies are strong, but because humans are slow to accept reality. The first mistake you would make is assuming this is temporary. You'd think it's a riot, a disease, a prank, a movie-like event that will be handled by the authorities. That thought alone would kill you. Zombie outbreaks don't win by speed, they win by denial. If this started today, right now, your phone would be your enemy. You'd scroll for confirmation instead of moving. You'd wait for officials to tell you what to do instead of deciding for yourself. By the time the truth becomes obvious, exits would already be blocked, streets clogged, and the dead would outnumber the living. Here's a hard truth. Most people die in the first 24 hours. Not because they fight zombies, but because they follow routines. Going to work, picking up kids, driving home. Zombies thrive on predictability. Survival demands breaking habits instantly. Let us talk about the worst possible place you could be when this begins: a major city. Cities mean noise, density, panic, and limited escape routes. Elevators stop, traffic freezes, stairwells become traps. The streets turn into feeding zones. If you're in a city when it starts, your goal isn't to fight, it's to disappear. Another deadly mistake is running randomly. Panic burns energy faster than zombies ever could. People sprint until they collapse. You don't need to be fast. You need to be quiet. Zombies don't hunt like predators. They respond to chaos. Sound is death. Glass breaking, car alarms, shouting, each noise pulls the dead toward you like gravity. Weapons are not your priority. This is where movies lie. The average person picking up a weapon believes it equals safety. It doesn't. Weapons require training, stamina, and control. Miss once, slip once, panic once, and it's over. Your first survival tools are silence, distance, and shelter. Speaking of shelter, your home may not be safe. Houses are emotional anchors, not strategic ones. Windows are weak, doors fail, and staying put means eventually being discovered. The safest shelter early on is temporary and forgettable. Somewhere no one would think to look. Basements, storage areas, back stairwells, rooftops with controlled access. Food is another illusion. People overestimate starvation and underestimate infection. You won't starve in 3 days, but you can bleed out in 3 minutes. Risking your life for supplies early is a fatal error. The smart move is rationing what you already have while the chaos thins itself out. Now let's talk psychology, the real killer. Seeing infected people who look human breaks decision-making. Hesitation when facing someone who looks alive but isn't will get you killed. Survival requires emotional detachment. If it moves wrong, sounds wrong, or behaves wrong, you don't negotiate. Trust is dangerous. Groups fall apart faster than individuals. Arguments, fear, selfishness, they attract attention and waste time. If you join others, keep the group small and silent. One loud person can doom everyone. Here's what actually improves your odds: staying unnoticed. Wearing neutral colors, avoiding landmarks. Moving at dawn, not night. Zombies aren't strategic. Humans are. Think like prey, not heroes. If this apocalypse started today, the survivors wouldn't be the strongest or bravest. They'd be the ones who accepted reality first, cut emotional ties fastest, and acted without waiting for permission. If you're still watching this, it means you're thinking, and thinking is survival. In part 2, we'll break down the smartest long-term survival strategies, the safest locations, and the brutal decisions you must be ready to make if you want to stay alive. If you survived the first day, congratulations, you've already outlived most people. But now comes the harder part. The second phase of a zombie apocalypse doesn't kill you with panic. It kills you with false confidence. The biggest mistake survivors make after escaping initial chaos is believing they're safe. Safety is temporary, noise travels. Smoke signals life, movement attracts attention. The moment you relax, you expose yourself. Survival isn't about comfort, it's about control. Let's start with location. Cities continue to decay rapidly. Fires spread, buildings weaken, and supplies vanish. Staying in a city long-term is a slow suicide. The smartest survivors relocate outward, not inward. Suburbs, industrial zones, and isolated infrastructure give you space to see danger coming. Distance is your greatest weapon. Many people believe rural areas are automatically safer. That's only half true. Farms provide food, but also isolation. If injured, there is no help. If surrounded, there is no escape. The best locations balance isolation with options, places near water, elevation, and multiple exit routes. Flexibility keeps you alive. Now let's destroy another myth. Zombies aren't your biggest threat anymore. Humans are. Scarcity changes people faster than any infection. Groups form hierarchies, hoard resources, and eliminate competition. The wrong human encounter is more dangerous than any horde. This is why visibility is deadly. Fires at night. Loud generators, bright lights, these announce you exist. Survivors who last understand one rule: stay forgettable. Blend into the environment, leave no signs. If someone can track you, they can take from you. Weapons now matter, but not the way you think. Guns attract attention and require ammunition. Blades demand proximity. The best weapons are tools. Hammers, crowbars, axes, silent, durable, multi-purpose. A weapon that also builds shelter is more valuable than one that only kills. Your body becomes your most important asset. Injuries that once seemed minor become fatal. Infection isn't just bites, it's cuts, blisters, untreated wounds. Clean water matters more than food. Dehydration weakens judgment, poor judgment kills. Food strategy changes over time, early hoarding fails. Long-term survival depends on sustainability, foraging, fishing, trapping. Knowing what not to eat matters as much as knowing what to eat. Poisoning yourself ends faster than starvation. Routine is dangerous. Zombies may be predictable, but humans adapt patterns. Vary movement times, change routes, never return the same way twice. Predictability invites ambush by the dead or the living. Sleep becomes survival. Exhaustion leads to mistakes. The safest sleep locations are elevated, barricaded, and silent. Never sleep near entrances. Never sleep fully clothed in gear that restricts movement. You must wake ready to move. Now the hardest truth: not everyone can be saved. Emotional attachment is a liability. Hesitation when someone is injured or infected puts everyone at risk. Survival demands brutal clarity. Mercy in the apocalypse often equals death. Hope is dangerous too. Waiting for rescue, cures, or governments that no longer function wastes time. Survival improves when you accept permanence. This is the world now. Adapt or disappear. Communication should be limited. Radios expose position, silence protects you. When contact is unavoidable, observe first. Watch how people move, talk, and react under stress. Trust actions, not words. Children, elderly, and injured change survival math. Hard decisions must be made early. Carrying responsibility without preparation destroys groups. This isn't cruelty, it's reality. What actually keeps people alive long-term is mindset. Survivors think ahead, not emotionally. They plan exits before entering spaces. They conserve energy, they accept loss without freezing. If a zombie apocalypse started today, survival wouldn't belong to heroes. It would belong to those willing to become invisible, adaptable, and emotionally disciplined. You're still here because you're learning, and learning is survival. If you want more breakdowns like this, real psychology, real survival logic, subscribe now. Because in a world where everyone panics, knowledge is the only weapon that never runs out.